What's going on, YouTube? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Welcome to Texas Podcast. First of all, I want to say thank you to all the subscribers, viewers, everybody that drops comments in the comment section, good or bad. Thank you. You know, you're helping me with myself as well. But a lot of people don't like these little info, intro, update, recap. But it's just a quicker way of me doing it instead of doing another video. So it's just two quick little points. You know, maybe three that I want to bring up before I start the video. Uh, yes, this video that I just dropped, I did with Charles Sunday morning. You know, the man works. He usually contacts me after work or on his way home. So hopefully today he contacts me after work and we can ask him some more questions on how far he indulged into his activities. And the other 2 points is the paperwork. You know, if there is paperwork, I got to give him the benefit of the doubt. And if push comes to shove, all I need to know is Mark's Moore's birthday and it's public information. Just pay the fee, and you can pull these records. You don't have to be no legal aid or nothing, but it does help. It does quick. I mean, if you have a legal aid friend, they can do it quicker for you. They already know the process instead of you going through it. But it don't cost that much. You know what I mean? But it can get pulled. So I'm not worried about if there is paperwork. You know what I mean? I'm just like y'all out there. You know what I mean? I'm getting all this information on a daily basis. It's not like he's telling me all this information all at once. He don't want to do that. He's giving me bits and pieces of the story when he has time. It's not like he likes to do 2-hour videos. He don't like doing those long videos. So I understand people's frustration about the paperwork because he brought it up. And I don't blame y'all. I want to know the truth too. So as far as the paperwork goes, I got to give him the benefit of doubt. I don't know how much time I can give him, but he has to provide something because then I'm gonna start questioning his credibility. You know, it's only fair because at this point I'm just in it for the truth. And the second point is that when I get a hold of him, there's these messages, you know, that say specifically what occurred to him and who did it, him and who else, you know, and these are text messages that we're gonna have to question him on it. So it's not me just saying these type of things, it's almost like I have to put this out there, because he's telling me these things on and offline. I got messages. I just put it up there real quick, just a quick glimpse because I don't want to get a strike. I mean, I don't know, you know what I mean? But I just did it. I just wanted to show y'all to see what I'm talking about. These messages are graphic. They're naming names, and he specifically says that it happened to himself and many more. So I can't be judgmental like I was at first. I got to get all these facts, and present them to the audience and let y'all make y'all's opinions on it. Because if he's telling me this, all this, it's kind of hard for me to not make my own judgment. But I should have kept that to myself. Because in the scenario we are, we're in some kind of kangaroo court. So That was my bad. So those 2 points, paperwork don't come through. All we need to know is his birth date. We already got his name, and the rest, we can make it happen. And 2, I got to question Hips on these messages that he's sending me, because I noticed that in a lot of the videos, he's downplaying his role. Y'all gonna see in these videos that he's always playing the lookout role. Nah, I'm just lookout. I was always the lookout. I was always there, but I was always the lookout. But then his stories are believable. But I just think he's just playing his role in the situation. But I don't blame him, because he still wants to hold this. I'm a man. I wasn't gay to begin with. I'm not gay now. But those are questions that I have to ask Charles and get the answer to, because I want to know them myself. Because y'all gonna see on this next video, he plays himself as a lookout majority of the time. A lookout. Them cells, I don't know, but the cells in Texas are small. I don't know how how big the cells are in Alabama, but two men can barely fit in the ones in Texas, and then to be doing some freaky stuff and have a third person in there, a fourth, a fifth, poker games. Where the winner takes all. I mean, these are his words, man. And it's kind of crazy, but we all seen those pageants in Alabama. Those Friday night freakouts that they be having up in there. They're all over YouTube. So for him to tell me this type of stuff, it's kind of believable. It's almost like the city of Sodom and Gomorrah. I mean, those cities that got abolished. You know what I mean? For what they were doing, because everybody was doing openly and it was acceptable. I don't want to take too much of the intro. Thank y'all, and I hope y'all enjoy it.
I figured out how to get myself away from this without nobody getting in no trouble. And that's what I done.
And did he ever get any cases, man? Any disciplinary? Did Mark ever get in trouble for that?
Yeah, he got plenty of disciplinaries. He's got sexual misconduct disciplinary, sexual disorder. He's got all kinds of disciplinaries for that shit. Like I said, everything's public record in the DOC. You can get all that.
He says he was a more of a gunner, man, like a more of a gunslinger.
No, he wasn't no gunslinger. He wasn't no gunslinger, a shit slinger.
Yeah, he was pounding them boys down, huh?
He was pounding them down, and they were pounding him down.
Okay, man. I mean, because people want to know this type of stuff, man. They want to know if he was in there doing it. But you're saying that.
You know what? I've got a good friend of mine out here, and I'll probably see him Monday or Tuesday. And he was back there he was in prison back there in that day too. And I might get him on here as a guest if you want to.
Yeah, man. Get him in contact with me, man.
I mean, it ain't just Martin. I know people too. Whether or not they want to get on here and talk about it, I can find out. Because I know people too. I know other people that's been through this shit.
Yeah, man, they need to tell their story, man. But like you said, there's a lot of people like yourself that forgot about this, man. Not really forgot about it, but left it in the closet, man. Didn't want it exposure, didn't want it to be on social media. It's all over the platforms, TikTok, Facebook. People are posting comments. It's all over the place, man. And not only in America, but it's been worldwide, man. It's probably been
everywhere. Well, I'm even on the streets, man. All the foreigners and everything's coming over, and the whites and the blacks. I mean, they're beating their old ladies and making them go out and turn tricks. I mean, this stuff is everywhere. It ain't just prison. Prison's just the only place where it's just predominantly men.
And that's why people are they're like, oh well, they put themselves there. But I see myself there. You know what I mean? I put myself in prison, man. But I didn't sign up to to try to get raped or something like that, man. You know what I mean? And a lot of people
I put
go
myself
through
in
that,
there.
man.
I put myself in there, but I didn't sign that paper right there. And that's exactly what that's all I put myself in prison. I understand the ramifications of what I done with my crime. I understand there's consequences, but no, that's not part of the punishment. And you're not gonna punish me like that, period.
Yeah, man. He's not the judge and but he was everything. He was the law, the judge, and the executioner, man. He was
Right.
doing whatever he wanted in there, man. But that's the thing that these people need to understand, that I'm not the one saying these words, man. I'm not saying these this is your story. You know what I mean? He's telling his side of the story, and all you're doing is telling your side of the story. It's not like you got something against him, because there's been many times in these videos that you say you hold no animosity and you hold nothing against the man.
You're right. You're absolutely right, bro. I mean, I'm on here. I'm not on here. I'm not on your show to tell a war story. I'm not on your show to bash Mark or bash anybody else. I'm on your show because I've got a story to tell. Because I think there's people out there that don't need to go through this. There's people out there, there's kids out there that's not deserving of this shit that's happening to them. That's all this is about, man. It's about getting that kid that's over in that cell somewhere, terrified right now as we speak. It's about helping that guy.
It is, man.
That's about helping that guy. And about seeing what's in these animals' minds to make them want to do this kind of stuff.
Yeah. It's because you witness his behavior, man. Not only his behavior, his predatory behavior, I mean, was he doing this just to the white boys, or did he ever have a black sissy?
Yeah, he had a black sissy too called Felicia. He was doing it to him too.
Okay. And what was Felicia's role? Was that his name, or was that the name he gave him?
That was the name that was his sissy name. I don't know if he gave it to her or not, but that was the name that she had, right? And his role was just like Mendenhall and them, just get in line and do what I say. That's basically the bottom thing is I own you, you're my property, and you're gonna do what I tell you to do.
And when he let's say when Mark would go to chow, would he be like a mother duck, all these ducklings behind him?
Yeah, that's exactly how he'd be. You'd see Mark and however many people was boys with him, that's how many people he'd be eating with. I mean, they'd have 2-3 tables for him and all that shit in there. It's crazy. And you know something? You get people like that, and that's what's wrong with Mark. He's so caught up in being the big shot to have all the boys that it made him somebody in prison.
So that was normal?
Now, huh?
That was normal. So that the more boys you had, the bigger your status.
Yeah, the bigger your status, the more respect you had, and all this, that, and other. And that was his thing about it, because he didn't get all that until he started this. He didn't have no respect. He was just a peon running around jacking his dick, chasing nurses. That's all. I mean, and that's a pickup for him. He made himself somebody by doing all this. So now he's got a image that he has to uphold now.
No, man, I see this.
He's not telling the whole thing, though. That's the thing. Don't tell the ends. When you're telling the ins and the outs, don't just tell the ends, tell the outs too. If you're going to tell all this stuff on these boys and I wasn't doing this and all this, that, and other, at least be man enough to tell the truth about all of it, not just some of it.
Be honest.
I mean, I don't understand. I for real, man. I don't understand Mark's motivation in this. I don't understand why. What's the motivation in bashing somebody else over something that you created? You've done it. You caused it. None of this would be going on if it was not for Mark Moore. So what the fuck is his problem? Why can't he just open his eyes and say, you know what, man, you're right. I did that, and I need some forgiveness. Does he not realize how much that of an impact that would have on the people that he did that to?
A lot, man.
A lot. It takes a lot for a man to own up to his own problem and take responsibility for his actions, man. It takes a lot. But when you do, man, it's like instant release.
It is.
It is.
It is, man.
I mean, you're just adding coal to the fire here, man.
Yeah, it is,
man. And I don't understand that. I mean, you claim to be all this. I'm the man. I'm a God-fearing man, and all. You can't be. There's no way you can be, because you've not once asked nobody for no forgiveness in none of this shit you've done.
How many of Mark's victims do you think are still around, man?
Probably all of them. Probably all of them. I mean, I know you said Mendenhall passed.
Yeah, man. See, that's the thing, man. That his ex-wife, got on the live last night and said that she heard that he had murdered his wife, his current girlfriend, got drunk and crashed and died.
Right. Wow. And Gary Sanders, the one they call Chicago, he's up back in Kentucky right now. I saw him on Facebook. I can try to get in touch with him, though.
Yeah, man. I mean, whoever,
most of them probably still around.
And some of them are probably in the comment section, man. You know, during those videos and lives, some of them are probably in the comments.
See, that's what I was looking at the other night, reading the names in the comment section, right? Seeing if I see like Six Pack. I saw his name come up. I knew right who that was. Okay. I mean, you know, if the more people watch this, you're going to see, because I did a whole lot of time in prison, man, a lot of years. And I know a whole lot of people in there. So I figured that once we start doing a lot more live, a lot more stuff will start coming out. Because I've already contacted people, had them tuning in, watch, comment on it, man. We need to get this up going, try to help some of these guys, man.
Yeah, man. It's everywhere, man. It's everywhere, man. It's the prison reform needs to be everywhere, especially in the South, man. Texas, Alabama. You know, I'm working with this other one, man. That he's gonna come on here and do some segments, man. Because he's a real activist, man, in Texas, and you know he does his thing. I give him that. You know, he's written good books, but you know we're not on that topic now. You know, this is your story. We're getting you out there, man. And
I'm fixing to book stuff, man. I'm booking some stuff at some rehabs. I'm going to talk to some of these kids at rehabs, man. Because you catch these kids at 15, 16, 17-year-old, that's where you need to catch them at. Because too much later than that, they'll be ruined.
You got to catch them young, man. You know, you got to get.
I mean, if I could take one kid out of 10 and turn his life around, man, I feel like I've done something.
Yeah, man. Because
they'll listen to guys like us. Because we know what we're talking about. We've been there, we've done that. Where some psychologists come around and talk out of a textbook, they don't want to hear his shit.
Nope, man.
Yeah, man, I've been tied up with this hospital thing. I'm fixing to be tied up with it again. I hope today's the last day of this, man. I'm hoping they do something for it tomorrow.
Okay, man.
I mean, I hate like that. I mean, like I said, I mean, even me, like, that's my ex. I'm not with this girl. I've got an old lady. But, though, she's down, man, and she needs somebody.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be there. And I don't really care what my old lady thinks about it. That's just how I'm cut.
And let's get back to Mark, man. Mark's hierarchy. How did that function? Who did they have? Was Mark above everybody else? Was he above JG? Was he above everybody else, or were they all equal?
They were all equal. Really, money was over all of them.
And do you know who he is, man? Like, if you were to see him, would you be able to be like, yeah, that's him?
Who you talking about, Mark?
Yeah, no, Money.
Yeah,
Mooney.
that was money. That's money in that picture you showed me.
How many people
with the wings and the hat? That's money.
Okay, that's money.
That's money. And then you got their other cousin, Ronnie Boo. Ronnie Moore.
But you seen all of them participate in all that type of.
Every one of them. Every one of them. I've seen them get together and play poker for each other's boys for one night.
Oh, so they were playing poker for the boys.
Yeah, I've seen them do all that. This is what they do, man. When they get them boys, man, them boys become property, man. They do what they're told. And if they don't do what they're told, they're beat up until they do what they're told.
So they were playing high stakes poker then.
Yeah, they were gambling with their boys.
Like play that scenario out, man. Like how would they come into agreement?
We've got 60 chips apiece, and every one of our boys is in the pot. If you cash out of the poker game and you cash out, let's just say you cash out the whole pot. You in the poker game. There's 4 men in it. You're fixing to take these 4 boys home with you tonight.
That's the jackpot?
Yeah.
Golly, man, they were really playing some wild games, man.
Yeah, they do that. They'd rather play that. They'd rather do that is to play for shit they need. Coffee, cigarettes, food, shit like that. No, they want to play for a good time with a freak.
So, I mean,
that's what they do.
How much, like, how would you be able to get, like, all 4 at a time or
all 4 of them. All 4 of them at a time. They'd be all 4 of them, and they're tied up like a knot, and you in the middle of them. That's just what they do. It's just like an orgy. It's just like a gay orgy you've seen on a porn movie.
God, so he really was the emperor, man. Because they made a video of him being the emperor, a gladiator.
Yeah, gladiator. I don't know about an emperor, maybe, but a gladiator, I don't know. But he got to be a gladiator. More of a man than I am. Take all that up his backside.
Yeah, man, it's just wild, man. You know, it is.
It's really wild, man. Hey, it's getting close to time, bro. I'm gonna have to get ready to head over to the hospital, right?
All right, I got you, Hips. I got you, Charles.
I sure appreciate you.
Yeah, man. You know, let the people know that you got the paperwork. It's coming out soon.
Paperwork's coming out soon. If I get away from the hospital in time today, I'll get it all together. And like I said, if I can't get back on this show tonight, you will have copies of that paperwork tonight. I'll make sure you get it.
I got you, Charles. And stay safe, man. And I hope everything gets better for you, man. And I'll get in contact right now after the video. Have a good one, Charles.
All right, man. I appreciate you, brother.